Hi my loves, welcome back to the vlog. I am so excited to be here with you all today, and I want to talk about my sober Saturday night. I'm drinking this amazing coconut, and the funniest, this coconut's huge, guys. Look at that, my head in this coconut. And this is literally like the umbilical cord, which they did not take off. So I feel like I have so much to say to you guys. So I wanted to talk about a couple things. I want to talk about community in this vlog. I want to talk about sobriety in this vlog. And I want to talk about loneliness in this vlog. So if any of those interest you, stay tuned and let's get started. So as some of you know, I went to Colorado in August, and one of the reasons why I went there was to visit my best friend, Mallory. Mallory, if you're watching, I love you. Another reason was because I was feeling like a lot of endings were happening for me in Tampa. Friendships were ending, some, leases were ending, my office lease is up, my apartment lease is up. There was just a lot coming to an end. And so I really started to question, is Tampa, the right place for me right now? Or do I need to move? Is my heart calling me to somewhere else? And the only place that I felt called to was Colorado. And it's actually really interesting because in my astrocartography chart, I have my Jupiter goes straight down Colorado. And so Jupiter is the planet of expansion. And I thought, wow, I really am stepping into an expansive time in my life right now. So maybe I'm meant to be in Colorado. Again, my best friend Mallory is there. And there's two things in Colorado that were really calling me there. One was the nature, the aspect of nature that's in Colorado that's not in Tampa. Tampa has obviously a lot of beaches, which is so beautiful. But besides that, there's not a lot of nature. And Tampa is all touched nature pretty much. Like Colorado is a lot of untouched nature. And that was the first thing that was really calling me to Colorado. And then the second thing was the spiritual community there, because I know that Boulder has like a super strong spiritual community that, again, I wasn't feeling in Tampa. So I went to Colorado, and when I got there, as also many of you know, I got COVID and I didn't get to explore it. My intention was to go to Colorado to explore, see community, hang out with my best friend, and be in nature to see if I really, really felt aligned to move there. And because of the circumstances, I barely saw Boulder. I went downtown once. I ate at one restaurant. I didn't do any community events, and that's what was obviously meant to happen. But because of that, I came back and I was like, I don't feel called to Boulder anymore, I didn't even get to see what it's like. So I really let go of that, and I really started to feel like I'm rebuilding in Tampa. So I've been calling in community here. I've really, really been calling in community here. The nature aspect, I can't change too much, obviously, but community is something I have control over, right? I can control how much I put myself out there, what events I go to, and things like that. So I wanted to bring you along and show you the most amazing day that I had yesterday in community. And I wanted to share this with you in hopes that if you're looking for community or searching for community, that there's a community out there that's waiting for you, that's looking for you, and that has all the qualities that you desire. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about sobriety and a little bit about why community is so important when you're getting into the spiritual world. I've always been someone who has been in community. When I was in high school, I played sports, and that was my community. When I was in college, I was in a sorority. That was my community. And after I graduated college, I worked at and was a part of an amazing studio teaching there and managing there called Camp Tampa. If you're in Tampa, you've probably heard of it. You've probably been. And that was my community then, right? So I have had community pretty consistently my whole life. Was it spiritual community? Not necessarily, right? Besides at camp, that's when it really started to be spiritual community for me. But it was always a sense of community. And then in 2020, when I walked away from camp, and decided to just fully go into my business right when COVID hit, I found myself without that sense of community. Now, of course, I could go to camp and take classes and still be involved, but when you go from spending 40 hours a week at a place to just taking classes, it's a completely different vibe, right? So I definitely felt like I lost that community, and I'm still friends with some people at camp. I love camp. I have nothing bad to say about camp ever. It's such a beautiful, incredible community, but it wasn't 100% aligned for me. I kind of had to like go on my own way with my own business, and that was me walking away from working there. So I came into this place last year where I didn't have a lot of community. And this was okay because obviously a lot of us were in quarantine and we were isolating, and energetically most of us were isolating. We were doing really deep work. We were really getting in touch with ourselves. And that's what I felt like I've been going through over the last year and a half, is like really, really, really getting in touch with myself and finding out who I am. So anyways, coming back from Boulder, I was just like, I need to make a change here because this isn't working for me. My best friend Gabby, who is an Aquarius, and Aquariuses are like super social, she spends a lot of time in community, and she's been like really inviting me to a lot of community events. And I've kind of been just saying to her like, I don't really feel called. Like I like hanging out with people more one-on-one, which is really true. I actually really enjoy hanging out intimately with people one-on-one. And that's true for me. But at the same time, now that I'm looking back, like I've always been in community. So clearly I like group settings, right? It just has to be a group setting that I feel super aligned with. And after fading out of college and fading out of the community of, I was in a sorority, and we partied in the sorority, of course, but it was also the community of like the drinking community and going out and going to bars and partying every weekend. And that was a lot of my community. And as some of you know, I stopped drinking the last time I think I've been drunk is 2019. I think I got drunk twice in 2019. Since then I've had little sips of alcohol, like barely anything basically. So after that also faded away, in 2018, after I graduated, is really when the drinking community, I started to fade away from that. That was also a sense of like, what do I do with my Friday nights? Like, what do I do with my time when I'm not working? What do I do with my Saturday nights, And that became like a big place of confusion with me. And when I was in partnership, which I was in partnership for a while, usually I filled that time with partnership, but now I'm not in partnership. And it's like, what do we do as a spiritual being who doesn't want to drink? Not that you can't be a spiritual being and drink, of course you can, but if you're like on the path and you don't want to drink, what do we do with our Friday nights, right? What do we do with our Saturday nights if we're not working? And that really became the question for me. I'm not working, I'm not in partnership, but I want to be social. And that's where spiritual community comes in. So I was a little bit resistant. I think a lot of us are resistant to get into any sort of a community that we know like there's already people that have a bond and we're walking into it. It can be nerve-wracking, right? So I want to normalize that. If you know there's a community that you're wanting to get into and you know that they already have a bond, just know that they're going to want you in there. Just know that you're feeling called for a reason. And I know it can be scary to jump into that, to put yourself out there, to show up at that first event, right? But that community is desiring your essence. If you're feeling called, and I'm sure they're going to welcome you with open arms. Coconut break. So I've been really connecting with the spiritual community here over the last month. And it's been so nourishing for me and so fulfilling for me. So I'm going to share with you all some events, just kind of the energy of what a spiritual community can have to offer you, and just how blissful yesterday was for me. I put this temporary tattoo on my third eye, and I just like didn't wash it off when I got home last night. I got home at 2 o'clock-ish. I got home about like 2 o'clock, and that's super late for me. Like I usually do not stay out that late, but the energy was just so high. I didn't want to leave. And then my friend Haley did this beautiful henna tattoo. The camera doesn't even give it justice, but I tried to keep it on for as long as I could. And then it just like kind of started coming off. I also took a shower when I got home because my feet were completely black and I was really sweaty because I was dancing around. the fire pit to the drumming music, which I will show you in a moment. So it was just like such a beautiful night. I also got the infinity symbol there, as you can see. You may know that my infinity school, my online membership, is opening up for enrollment this week. As you're watching this video, it's probably open for enrollment for my founding members. So if you desire a spiritual community, if you're wanting to connect with like-minded women online, I know it's totally different online than in person, but if you're not in Tampa, then this is the best that I have. So if you're looking for that, this is a community to heal, awaken, and connect. You can click the link in the description below and you can get it at the founding members price, which is $55 for live weekly calls, live monthly group energy healing, live monthly masterclasses. And it's going to be such a beautiful community. I already feel like so many of you coming in, so many of you have showed interest, and I'm really, really excited. In 2020, I had a membership program. I stopped it because it wasn't feeling in alignment. I wanted to rebrand it. I wanted to like take some space away. And now we're restarting, completely rebranded on a new platform, new energy, new offerings. And it is like, feels so fulfilling to me that I can serve you all in this way. So click the link below if you're wanting to join. The founding members price ends on 10/10, October 10th, and that's when our first event is going to be. If you join early, however, I'm hosting a bonus event for those of you who get in early, and we're going to be doing a live intention setting, card pulling, manifestation work, meditation work on 10/3. So that's going to be next Sunday, this Sunday coming up. So if you want to get in now and you want to join for that bonus event, today I'm going to be creating a beautiful meditation. You get a monthly meditation in the membership, a monthly meditation recording every month. I drop a new one. So I'm going to record that today, and I'm really going to have the theme be around infinity, the infinity symbol, and anchoring in the infinity symbol, whatever that means to you, and then also sharing a little bit about what it means to me. But last night when I was in meditation, actually at the end of the night, at the end of the ceremony, we were doing ecstatic dance, and then the DJ dropped us into the meditation. And I just I've been thinking about like, what do I want the first meditation to be like inside Infinity School? What do I want the theme to be? And it just came to me like infinity, like the essence of infinity. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to insert a little bit of that here so you can take a listen. If it aligns with you, then you can join Infinity School and you can get the full meditation right now.
And you can do this by imagining a large life-sized infinity symbol over your body. Just calling in the infinity symbol into your whole entire auric field. If you'd like, you can set the intention to call in the infinity symbol by saying, I call in the sacred geometry symbol of infinity now. If you have a certain intention that you would like the infinity symbol to help you with, a certain energy you'd like to work with the infinity symbol, you can state, I ask the infinity symbol to support me in fill in the blank.
I want to share with you that there are spiritual communities out here that are sober, and this is a sober community. Now, I am mostly a sober person. As you guys know, I don't smoke, I barely drink, and I don't really do too many other things. So I want you to know that if that feels aligned for you, that there's totally sober communities out there. You just have to look for them. You just have to search for them. And they'll be there. They'll be there and they'll be welcoming for you. I know it can be scary, but I really encourage you to get into a community in your local area if you have that availability to you. And if you don't, Infinity School is here for you. So I'm going to roll some clips now of yesterday and just share with you the beautiful essence that community can offer.
Okay, got it. How cute.
loves. I hope that you enjoyed some clips into my sober Saturday. Make sure that you like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will be back soon with my next vlog. Mwah.